do you stop comparing yourself to other people? I know it's funny because we joke about in the suburbs, you joke about the grass is always greener, like keeping up with the Joneses. It's a cultural joke now that this person has the hotter wife or the hotter husband. This person has the more prim and proper kids who are all very proper. They do everything they're told. The physical grass is literally greener. They're fitter, they're richer, blah, blah, blah. How do you stop comparing yourself though? Especially if it comes to fitness results or other results people are getting in life. There's a few strategies I use on a daily basis. That's what we're going to be talking about in today's video. What's up guys, it's Alex Hine here, author of Master the Day. Now the very first thing I want you to consider is that you never truly know what's going on behind the scenes. So you may see somebody that's ultra successful. This is like a textbook story. You see the person, they're really successful. Everything is going great. You're so envious. All the friends and family are envious. All these things are going great. And then something happens and you find out they've been broke, or they commit suicide, or something horrible happens to them. And then you feel really guilty that you were wishing that they were not that fit or not that successful or that their marriage was not that good. Then you find yourself feeling guilty. I don't know, maybe you've had this happen before where you've envied someone because everything is going great for them and then they just unravel. Something just happens. Well, the truth is that you never really know what's going on behind the scenes. You don't know. Maybe if it's the really fit mommy over there that you're envying, maybe she doesn't even have to work. So if she doesn't have a job, she doesn't have really that many responsibilities. Maybe she's taking care of the kids, which is a lot of work. But without a job, she's got all of this time in the day to eat right, to exercise, less stress than if you had a job and you were a parent. She may just have a lot on her plate, a lot less than you do. And so you don't know what's going on behind the scenes. It may be easier or it may be way harder. So meanwhile, we're judging ourselves, comparing ourselves to all these other people. We don't have a damn clue what's going on. And that can work in our favor or it can work against us. The second thing is you never really know where people will be even a year from now. I mean, weight loss is probably the best example because almost everybody gains some weight and then loses it, and then gains weight again and then loses it, and then gains weight again and then loses it. This is typical for almost everybody. And so one time, about 4 or 5 years ago, a friend of mine came to Thanksgiving. It was around Thanksgiving time, we met up, old high school reunion, and he'd lost like 60 pounds, something crazy like that. And he looked dramatically different, in a good way. And all the other guys that were there, that were overweight, that were, I'm 30 next year, everyone's getting a little bit older and a little bit chunkier. The guys there were jealous. And they were all like kind of snickering, almost like gossiping like schoolgirls, like, oh man, look, he must be so into fitness. He must have no life, blah, blah, blah. All this little gossipy kind of jealousy was going on. And guess what happened the next year though? Stuff came up, he got off track, and then he was back that 60 pounds that he had before. He was 60 pounds heavier. And then those friends felt both satisfied because they kind of sabotaged him, but also then they felt a little bit guilty because they didn't know what was going on behind the scenes, right? Things can change so quickly and you never know really what's going to come up. For any goal, there's almost always a few things that come up, and it's almost always related to motivation. So maybe the fire is a little bit less there than it used to be. Sometimes it's stuff going on in the family. If you get a divorce or you're in a long-term relationship and you break up, things are going to unravel for a little while. That's life. All the things are interrelated. Nothing just exists by itself. It's not like your relationship's imploding and you're just going to keep plowing full steam ahead with your goals. Realistically, it doesn't happen like that because those things spill over. Just like if you're happy, it spills over into everything. It makes your relationship better, makes it easier to be fit, makes it easier to be successful and love your work. All these things are interrelated. And so you never really know if you're comparing yourself to someone else, where they'll be a year from now. And it may be that they're going to be back to square one. And then third thing is really the most important thing, and that is it doesn't really matter because no matter how unsuccessful or successful the other person is at getting fit or whatever you're being envious about, the relationship, their health, their happiness, their career, but in the context of fitness, that's great. Let's say you've got a friend that's 200 pounds overweight or a friend that's like an ultra fit athlete. How does that help you though? Right? How does that really help you? You can be envious of anyone that you want, but it still doesn't help you. You can be happy for a friend or unhappy for a friend. You can praise them or scold them, but how does that help you get your own goal? And that is always the $1,000,000 question, because you're here because you're trying to reach your own goals, right? It doesn't really matter where everyone else is, because even if all your friends are fit, but you're still not where you want to be, who cares? This is where you are. We have to accept it. We have to move on. We have to figure out what are the daily steps, what are the actions we need to take to get to over there. And so ultimately, what it comes back to for me is that, yes, I may be discouraged. Yes, I may be frustrated. Yes, I may be pissed off. Yes, I may be jealous. But then I still have to get up and do the work for me to reach my own goals, whether they are the fitness or the life goals, whether it's success or a relationship. It doesn't matter anyway, because if we're here and they're there, it doesn't help us. So that's the way I like to personally think about comparing yourself. You genuinely don't know what's going on behind the scenes for people, for better or for worse. It's not going to really help you anyway, how you compare yourself. And often you're just getting a snapshot of one point in time for people, especially if they're those friends, the worst kind. If they're the friends that they know they have a good life or have achieved a certain level of success, whether it's fitness or financial success, and then they post about it on Facebook or social media, first of all, those are arrogant douches, so you should ignore them. But also, if they are those people, you don't know what's going on behind the scenes. You really have no idea. So just be happy for them or ignore them, do whatever it takes for you, and then remind yourself, okay, well, if I have to lose 30 pounds, I've got to lose 30 pounds. If I've only written the page in my book, then I've only written the page in my book. If my relationship sucks, then my relationship sucks. And now I need to do what I have to do to get to where I want to be. So I hope that helps. That's how I deal with competition and that kind of thing. Before you go, leave a comment below right there. Let me know, for you, are there any strategies you personally use to make this kind of competitive feeling go away? Hey guys, it's Alex. Did you like this video? If so, there are really two ways you can stay in touch with me. The first thing is to go over, click the monk, and subscribe so you get the next video right when it's out. I'm releasing at least 3 videos per week, but often a lot more. The next thing is, come on over and check out my book, Master the Day. It's called Master the Day, Eat, Move, and Live Better with the Power of Daily Habits. And it's all about the tiny daily success habits that I learned interviewing people that lost over 100 pounds and kept it off years later in a healthy way. The success habits that not only get your dream body, but also your dream life. And as a special thank you, if you get the book, send me your receipt to alexander@modernhealthmonk.com. I'll send you a 1-hour bonus video course for free, and one important piece of it is an hour sit-down success story with my friend and my student Mike, who lost 30 pounds. So you can go check that out on Amazon right there. The next thing is, come on over to my site, modernhealthmonk.com. I've got a free guide for you there, 5 daily habits to help you lose your next 20 to 30 pounds. And otherwise, I look forward to seeing you soon.